Hi guys, Mo here for driving in Lagos. Been a while. Trust you guys are doing okay. New month, second quarter of 2021. Now I've always said it within my friends, and this is me being very modest, but being very real. I tell people it is extra hot, extra hot everywhere from say about Ikate all the way to Songo, Tedo, Awoyaya, Ekutu, you know, that whole Ibeju Lekki axis is at least 1 degree warmer than those closer to, for example, this side of Lekki and Ikoyi. And I tell people, and people say, oh no, Mo, what are you talking about? I say every time I'm crossing this bridge, the temperature drops. I feel it in my car as the temperature drops. Just a tiny bit. And today I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to ask Google what the temperature is. And let's try to see if I'm correct. And as I pass Third Mainland Bridge as well, you know, towards the mainland again, my belief, I'm going to verify this. Let's see how true it is. Okay, Google. What is the temperature right now, Google?
It's 32 degrees and mostly cloudy in Lekki.
So it's 32 degrees right now. So it's sad that I didn't start this video before we crossed. But you're going to see as we cross, and when I had this discussion with my friends, there was usually the issue of, oh well, you know, it's in the evening, maybe the sun is. I'm like, no, this is noon time. It's 1:12 p.m. right? It's 1:12 p.m. and this is like, you know, the sun is at the highest, at its peak. Now I'm going to give it a try again. I'm going to ask the question as we depart Ilubirin, as we depart Ikoyi towards Ilubirin, Adeniji, Adele, and we climb Third Mainland Bridge. I'm going to ask this question again about the weather. I'm going to ask Google that question again, because it beats me, and maybe I just forgot my geography, but it seems the closer you are towards the coast, the hotter it becomes. And I think I remember in geography, the higher you go, right? I think I remember that very well. The higher you go in the topography of any region, and of course Nigeria is not different, the cooler it becomes. So I want to believe there's a very low level of elevation in Lagos, I mean the mainland compared to the island, but it actually, I actually feel it. Well, I'm using my AC in my car. My car is a 1.4 liter engine, but I think my car detects that temperature change. Unfortunately, my dashboard, which used to have like a temperature gauge, for some reason, I'm not sure why it doesn't, you know, it doesn't pop up anymore. The option for me to check it on my dashboard, I checked it and said what the temperature is right away. Well, it's easier to use Google because obviously everybody has access to Google, and then they can check historical records, and you know. So here it's telling us it's 32 degrees in Lekki, and as we go on, I'm going to recheck, and then we're going to see if truly this is our temperature is just a figment of my imagination, or truly my car does detect that very small change. And of course, it's a small 1.4 liter engine vehicle, so it probably wouldn't pump as well as a 1.8 liter or a 2 liter engine or bigger engines, that sort of thing. So let's see how the ride goes, and I'll check the temperature again and then report back to everyone. So this is en route Alexander. And then we're going to get to Gerrad in a minute. So Alexander starts, or should I say stops, somewhere very close here, and then then Gerrad starts. Very windy road. This Gerrad, Alexander, and Bourdillon. So this is the end of Alexander, or the beginning of Alexander. Right here, that takes you into it's Banana Estate, Banana Island, right? So that's where Alexander starts, and then here thereon is Gerrad. Entrance into Banana Island is where we just passed again. I just always noticed that thing, and it was always mostly daytime, but when I told when I discuss it with friends, they don't say, "Oh no, it's because your car is a small car," and because it's in the evening. I'm like, no, it's not because it's in the evening. It's just I just noticed how intense, the coolness is immediately once I cross these bridges, and it's not because maybe I'm in motion throughout per se, or maybe it would be because I'm moving. That's why maybe when I'm in Lekki there's a bit of traffic, so that's sort of like, I was here this past Sunday. It was the traffic coming from Lekki was really light, and it was even in the morning. It was in the morning because I had left Lekki around like 9:30, and hey, it was still the same thing. You know what I mean? It was still like that. So as we cross this way, I'm going to check again. Like, dude, move. That's how you drive. It's 1 p.m. Just about going 1:30 p.m. Traffic is moving here in Ikoyi. I wished, it was a bit faster though. these trucks have become so many in Lagos in the last few months. There are so many of them. A lot of them almost brand new, well used, ferrying sand from parts of Lagos Island, some parts of Oworosoki, Bariga, and I'm wondering, like, when people keep saying, oh, Nigeria is this and that, what are they using these sands for? People are building. They are mixing these things with concrete and building something. If it's not roads, then it must be houses. There's so many of them on the roads, and they're so aggressive, super aggressive. I usually really, really hate driving near them. I hate them behind me. They're so aggressive. I have some friends who made a formal complaint. They live on this Ajah Road, and they talk about how these trucks are such a menace on that road. They are such a menace. So okay, let's take the temperature again. Now we are on Ikoyi, about exiting Ikoyi via Osbourne. So let's see whether Google would still have, what's the weather right now? What's the temperature right now?
It's 32 degrees and mostly sunny in Lagos.
Alright, so Google says it's still 32 degrees. Here, they say in Lagos. I'm believing they mean in Ikoyi. So, we'll check it again. Let's see if this thing I'm saying is just a figment of my imagination. I'm usually a fan of Awolowo Road connecting to Third Mainland. Never ever a fan of Osbourne. Never ever a fan of Osbourne. Osbourne, for some reason, always attracts the worst kind of trucks, vehicles that always break down. Once they break down, they block the lane, and then the traffic backs up all the way to Alfred Rewane or Kingsway Road. And it just becomes a mess, and it happens every day. Today I just decided to take a chance and see whether there will be some difference. And here we are caught in the Osbourne traffic. The traffic is always unrelenting. Like, it's two-way. It's a two-way road. It's a dual carriageway. But Awolowo Road is is a single carriageway, but you never find the traffic so conk like you have it on this Osbourne. I never understand it. Like, the vehicles that take this road, they're from a different country. They always get stuck in traffic. I never understand it. If you understand this Osbourne traffic, let's understand. Share with us, please. I never understand it. I never do. Once there's some vehicles stopping on the road, the whole road, because this is 1 o'clock, 1:30, and people are still going to close. There's still going to be rush hour. And this isn't even because Third Mainland is closed. Even when Third Mainland became open after the repair works, Osbourne always remains irredeemable. So I would come come all the way from Lekki, go all the way to Falomo roundabout, take Awolowo Road, and I'm in a blast. I'm on Third Mainland. But no, not our dear Osbourne. And it's always like this. Like, I'd be happy if someone could explain that. I just never understand it. And I'll bet there will probably be some vehicle broken down, causing this. Where are the rescue vehicles? Where's LRU? Well, let's say LRUs, even for rescue units, the Lasema rescue unit. But where's LASMA? Where are the tow trucks? My fellow guy here is getting ready to make a kill, selling his popcorn in trading in traffic. We'll probably clock about 25,000 steps doing that today. I make a decent margin. I've read of folks selling gala in traffic in Lagos that net ₦1 million a day. Now, if I used a very base rate, ₦1 million a day easily comes to about $2,500. Doesn't really sound much because obviously the naira has been depreciated and devalued. Because I mean, this report is even from 2 years ago, 2019, when that 1 million would have been somewhere in the range of about $3,000 to $3,500. But even that is in itself is a big feat. There are not too many people who live in Lagos, and I'm not even talking of Nigeria because Lagos, comparing Lagos as a yardstick to the rest of Nigeria is like a disservice because quite a number of people are doing very well, earning very good incomes. Still, even with the wealth of Lagos, relatively the number of folks earning ₦1 million compared to the rest of the population, I mean, that's a very decent income. $2,500, $2,000. We're conservative. It's a fair income. Very, very. In fact, it's a well-off income. Well-off income. It's an income for let's say the top 5%, if not the top 2%. And the guy hawks and traffic, and he would help people in his community. They'll bring them to Lagos. They'll do fantastic. Go on to build other businesses. Hey, who says golds are not on the streets of Lagos? Not me. Not me. You know where to pick it, you'll find it. You just need to know where to pick it. I can see from here the traffic stretching all the way. I wouldn't like to consult Google Maps for that, you know. It's a very well-known part of Osbourne. Perennial traffic, unexplained traffic. Traffic, you know what I mean? So one of the beauties, how many of you noticed that on Google, when you look at Google Maps, it actually shows you the speed which you're moving. So right now I can see my speed is somewhere around 10 kilometers an hour. That's let you know how bad slow moving this traffic is. Now I'm going to open up my Google Maps and we're going to check the speed at which this traffic is moving. Couple of vehicles parked here, parked on the road. Why they are parked there, I've got no idea. I'm not sure if they're heading up somewhere.
Congestion on Ikoyi Road and on Lafiaji Bank County Way is causing a 12-minute delay. You are on the fastest route. You should reach your destination by 14:16.
Okay, I hear that. So I'm moving at 0 kilometers an hour. Now it's 11 kilometers an hour, 12 kilometers an hour. And that's such a wonderful feature of Google Maps. So it seems like there's an event somewhere around here. I can see a lot of VIP vehicles. That's what caused this traffic. Even though we passed just that blip, we slow down again. Here's a bad vehicle again. There are always so many of them on Osbourne. I'm not sure why. Always bad vehicles on Osbourne. It's not like there are good places to stop if anything happens to your vehicle.
In 500 meters, take the ramp to Third Mainland Bridge.
Okay, so now that everything is fine, I can tell Mr. Google, thank you very much. We're going to check the temperature again. As we depart Ilubirin, I'll give it a bit. My phone is on speaker, so I'm not at any risk of using my phone while driving. I'm just going to speak, you know, and Google.
It's 32 degrees in Lagos right now.
Alright, so that's Osbourne. As we go on, I'm going to ask it again. As we depart Island, this is the bastion. Adeniji Adele is the bastion for the island, while that for the mainland is Ebute. So now we depart Adeniji Adele, and the next place we would land on, which will be land, would be Ebute, before we now hit the Oworosoki part of the mainland, which is where our destination will go through. Right now we're fully on the bridge. Fully on the bridge. Okay, Google. What is the temperature?
It's 32 degrees in Lagos right now.
Right. So Google says it's 32 degrees, and on the screen it's still showing us on phase 2. So even though that was taken at Ilubirin, so as we head, and this is at Ebute, so as we head towards Oworosoki, I'll take that temperature. Again, I'll take that temperature reading, quote and unquote, again from Mr. Google, or is it? Oh no, it's a lady. It's Miss Google. Well, Ichi, I don't think I can wait to get there. I'm asking again, what's the temperature?
It's 32 degrees in Lagos right now.
Google says it's still 32 degrees. The only thing is, it's still showing Osbourne phase 2. So it's probably just picking the nearest temperature point available to it. Probably no temperature point for, say, over the Third Mainland Bridge. Like, what do you call this expanse, this area of land? What do you call the waterways? If I was on a boat and I was traveling, on the ferry, and I asked Google where I was, where would it tell me I am? Where I am in this situation? What would Google tell me? Does it mean it can't pick like the nearest place to land? Is that what it means? I'm surprised. almost near Oworosoki. We're going to check the temperature again, see whether truly there are temperature changes between the mainland and the island, like I have always thought. Almost birthing on Oworosoki. It's been quite an enjoyable traffic-filled drive. You know what I mean? So we'll check again. Finally birthed in Oworosoki. What's the temperature?
It's 32 degrees in Lagos right now.
So on the map it's showing Lafiaji / Ebute. That's the temperature point it's speaking. 32 degrees. Well, it tells me that my theory, even though I disagree, might be flawed. And of course, that's what we're relying on. Now here's some nasty looking traffic. And I decided to take here because Google Maps said there's a few minutes delay on Ikoyi Road. Well. Let's see how it goes. Yes, it's a burning vehicle. Jesus Christ. Oh man, that car is gone. That car is gone. It's no fire extinguisher. No fire extinguisher. That car is gone. No fire extinguisher. That's just sad, man. That's just sad, man. That's gonna burn. I could see someone asking, does anyone have fire extinguishers? Everyone just sort of seems mute. If I was on that side, I would have given out my fire extinguisher. I'll get another one later. Pointless. Perhaps this is why there's traffic on Ikoyi Road. I don't know. It's possible. That's just so sad. I probably left the house going to see a couple of deals, take a look at what happened. Sad.